Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm Zelp and today we are playing some Warframe and also talking about shields. So there is a change to shield which according to one of the patch notes says that player shield now reduce 25% of incoming damage, and that is what we will be exploring today. Now if you are anything of a nerd like me, you would start to wonder like, oh, what does this mean? How does the EHP gets calculated right now? By the way, EHP stands for effective health points, and in case you didn't realize, but in the last few videos where we kind of calculate the number of hits that a enemy could take before dying, if you take that number of hit and you times the original damage that you do, which is the 100 from the previous videos, you'll actually get the EHP. So yeah, since with armor you have the damage reduction, and therefore there's a separate way of calculating and get sort of like an EHP value to sort of like justify how tanky a unit is. Since now shields on players has a 25% incoming damage reduction, that means that shield also has a sort of like an EHP that you can calculate. And what I want to do is to find out currently which Warframe has the highest EHP in the game. Now this idea sort of like came to me while I was playing my mag today, and while jumping around I feel like I don't really need to dodge that much. I'm not really sure, is it because of the enemy level being really low? I didn't really check when I jumped into the mission, but it just felt way tankier. And of course there's also the fact of shield gating, which we'll probably save it for a different video. Currently I can't really think of anything interesting to talk about shield gating. It feels like a really simple mechanic. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. If you share it at the Discord video suggestion, you have a chance to win a glyph away. So anyways, on to our main topic, which Warframe has the highest EHP. Now for today we're just going to be basing it off the original default value of the Warframes at rank 30. So we are not including any mods. We might make a part 2 to this video depending on the response, and if you guys want to, I can kind of make like some situations where let's say you have only 3 slots for survivability mods, and well, depending on the Warframe, what 3 mods is best for him, and then kind of based off the 3 survivability mods again calculate what its EHP is. So let me know down in the comments if you are interested in seeing that. But meanwhile, we're just going to compare between Warframes at their default at rank 30. Now to do this is not really hard. At the wiki page there is a way where you can just copy and paste basically the entire list of Warframes with their health, with their shields, energy, armor, sprint speed, and yeah, and we really don't need the energy nor do we need the sprint, so we're gonna take whatever's left and then we're gonna work with that. When it comes to just health and armor, we can find its effective health by using its health times the net armor plus 300 divided by 300. For the shields, on the other hand, we can take the shield divided by 1 minus the damage reduction to get our EHP as well. And after calculating the EHP for shields and one with health and armor, we can add them up and see what the total EHP is. In my opinion, this is somewhat of a simple procedure, and in my mind, before even making this, I feel like Mag might be rated pretty high, or maybe even Hildren. We also need to take note that there are Warframes like Inaros that does not have shield, so we don't have to add that part of it into the total EHP. And obviously in order to speed things up, I need to make everything in code so that I can just kind of drag and get all the values and results easily. Okay, so this is the spreadsheet done. I've added filters so we can actually filter them from highest to lowest or from lowest to highest, and this is based off EHP. All the formulas is as explained, and actually if you want to, you can actually head over to the armor section of wiki and you can actually see it over here. So this is effective health for something that has armor in it, so we can actually use this formula. Why does it zoom like that? Okay, something that I didn't know that you could do. And then if you want to find the one for shield, you can actually use this one. Use the health for shields and then the damage reduction for as 0.25, which is 25%. And then you can actually find out what the effective health for shields is. And because of that, we have the effective health of shields and armor all over here. and then we just need to add them together, and we have our total EHP. Now, I feel like it's more important to see what is the highest one to the bottom one, so let's just change that over here. You can see that Inaros is at the lead. So although Inaros does not have shields, his overwhelming health with decent armor really gave him a lot of EHP. If you continue down, you'll see Hildren, which is sort of like predicted. Her amount of shield is really overwhelming in this case, so it's kind of like almost the opposite of Inaros, and because of that added EHP for the shields, it's as if it has 2100 shields now. In other words, DE's change in adding that 25% damage reduction to shields actually gave her more shields in that sense. So she is standing at the second place. Next we have Grendel, which I didn't play him that much. I did make a video about him and his ability, but to be honest, I never really got a feel for him. So surprisingly, he is at third place. And one of it that I'm really curious of is probably Mag. Mag Prime is over here. Pretty low down the charts with only 1025 EHP. But in my opinion, the fact that her third ability can recharge her shields makes her somewhat really tanky. Because I guess tankiness can be measured in different ways, and the most common way of thinking is survivability. So if the character can survive all kinds of situations and really harsh situations, then it is considered tanky. And I feel like currently Mag has that opportunity because of shield gating and also because of her abilities to recharge her shields. So in a weird way, this whole measurement thing kind of tells you, like, if I were to AFK and there's a bunch of enemies that's hitting me over and over again, which one would last the longest? And it seems like Inaros might be the one. However, at really high levels, I feel like the shield gating is really important. So I think that Inaros, because he doesn't have any shields, and I think Nidus does not have any shields as well, they might actually get one shot. So there is that drawback, even though he is at the top of the list for EHP. Now, after playing around with this numbers and everything, I really want to see what happens if I add mods into it. So forget the starting part where I say that. Let me know down in the comments if you want me to. I think I am going to do it. The only problem is I'm not really sure what kind of condition I should set. Should I make it such that we use 4 survivability mods, or do we make it like limited to only 2? So let me know down in the comments, how many survivability mods do you normally put, or in general normally use for each Warframe? One of the reasons why I feel like having mods is going to change the outcome dramatically is because obviously the stats affect things a lot. Like for example, Vitality is gonna improve Inaros tremendously, but maybe not Hildren. And then because of that, maybe Hildren might fall back, but Hildren has redirection, and then maybe that will change things. So I feel like the one with the highest EHP might actually change depending on the kind of mods we use. There's one factor that I'm going to add though, is that we are not going to use those kind of like utility-ish survivability mods like Rolling Guard or Quick Thinking, those things. We're just going to be focusing on armor, shields, and health type mods. But yeah, let me know down in the comments, should I limit it to only 1 survivability mod, 2, 3, 4? I don't think I should go more than 4, but yeah, let me know. One last thing before we end the video, which is just something in my mind, and I know that you guys would probably like to know because you are such curious creatures, is that the damage reduction from shields is actually, if I were to relate to armor, how much armor would that apply? So I actually did some math in the bottom over here, basically asking the question how much armor is 25% damage reduction, and we know that the damage reduction formula is damage reduction equals to armor divided by armor plus 300, and we know that the damage reduction for shields at least is 25%, so we put 25% over here and move things around to find that armor is equals to 75 divided by 0.75, which is equals to 100. So therefore, indirectly saying is that your shields now has 100 armor, if you like. Now, as always, I'm going to post this entire spreadsheet that I made at the comment section, not at the description, so they can click it over there. I will pin the comment up so that you won't miss it. Feel free to check the numbers. I don't think I did anything wrong, but if I did, I will put an update in the description, so pay attention to that as well. Okay, that is pretty much it for this video. Honestly, I'm doing this because I'm curious, and I feel like a lot of people might be curious as well. So hopefully this whole video kind of helps you not going through the same trouble that I need to kind of satisfy your curiosity. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.